G'day and welcome to this week's weekly news aviation news roundup. First up is Singapore Airlines, of whom have begun trialling a digital health pass system. This technology has the purpose of tracking passengers with their global movement, as well as health in relation to COVID-19, ensuring that Singapore Airlines can track where passengers originated, where they are travelling to, and their COVID-19 health status. This system can be expanded in the future to track passengers that have or haven't had the COVID-19 vaccine. Similar to Qantas, Singapore Airlines could also employ the policy of no vaccination and no fly for passengers, a global tracking system that would make verification seamless, instead of depending on passengers to provide medical evidence. Currently only tracing COVID-19, passengers' medical results from the tests are updated on the cloud of this digital health pass. Upon entering Singapore, staff will scan the QR code and verify the passenger has not been travelling to misidentified areas, as well as having tested positive to COVID-19. The system is not, however, in full flight, only currently in a trial period in Kuala Lumpur, Singapore and Jakarta. From 2021, this system is looking to be integrated into Singapore Airlines' own Singapore Air app for passengers. If successful, could also be adopted by airlines worldwide. Now to an incident that took place in the United States last week at New York's LaGuardia Airport. The incident involved two passengers and a service dog aboard a Delta Airlines flight. The aircraft, an Airbus A321, was preparing for departure, bound for Atlanta. Whilst the aircraft was on the taxiway preparing for takeoff clearance, a male passenger opened the cabin door and deployed the emergency slide. The man was then joined by his service dog and female companion. According to the New York Post paper, the male perpetrator was suffering from a PTSD-triggered event, which was triggered by the aircraft spooling up its engines preparing for takeoff. The legal ramifications incorporated the couple being charged with reckless endangerment of an aircraft, disorderly conduct, criminal trespassing and obstructing governmental administration. When asked by Fox 5 New York, a Delta Airlines official released the following statement. The aircraft returned to the gate where the remaining customers deplaned normally and were accommodated on alternate flights. Maintenance technicians have evaluated the aircraft and it is scheduled to return to service this evening. The plane returned to the gate and eventually arrived in Atlanta over 9 hours behind schedule. Finally, the impact of this global pandemic has taken its toll on airline employees. Let's dive into a specific case which had an interesting outcome for some airport staff. This is specifically surrounding Australian low-cost carrier Jetstar, of whom a number of staff have swapped working with the Airbus A320 for the military F35 advanced fighter jet. This included 25 Jetstar technicians and apprentices at Newcastle's Williamtown Air Force Base, which is a joint commercial and RAAF base. These employees' new work is just a few feet down the road from Jetstar's A320 maintenance hangar at the BAE Systems Australian facility, which takes care of RAAF military operations. Having recently retired the F-18 Super Hornet at Williamtown, the RAAF currently has a fleet size of 72 with the F-35 advanced fighter. For these former Jetstar employees, working with the F-35 is as much as a faster and flashier machinery than the A320. Now it's that time of the show for the qualifying lap news. A Yakutia Airlines 737 suffers a runway excursion at Moscow's international airport. Air India reaches a passenger movement count of over 4 million in repatriation flights during the pandemic. Air Canada 737 MAX suffers an engine fault on a ferry flight towards Air Canada's hub. The RAAF begins to farewell the F-18 Super Hornet, beginning to move towards the F-35 advanced fighter. And finally, Ugandan Airlines takes delivery of its first Airbus A330neo, the next generation of the A330 aircraft. Thanks for listening to this week's Aviation News Roundup. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for next week's video.